And welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to the 99th episode of the Lost Podcast of Titan. The 99th time a father and son have sat down solemnly to watch the sci-fi series, TV shows, and movies that brought us together. I am...
Solemn?
Yeah, solid. Like, let's be honest. Some of this shit has been a chore. Like, oh my god.
You make it sound like we should both be in robes, holding long candles and chanting in Latin as we approach the podcast.
I mean, we have to. The pedestal that Star Trek has been put upon is such that I feel like a heretic coming to the house of God and being like, look, this shit is horrible. Horrible. Have you seen The Alternate Factor? Have you seen Ensign Jesus?
Have you bathed in the blood of the Lamb?
Have you bathed in blood? Have you, how's Jack the Ripper doing? Is he still floating around?
They'll say, does that Star-Spangled Banner
Still wave? How many random copies of the Constitution are just strung across the whole galaxy or the universe? Because Spock sure didn't seem that surprised. Speaking of which, how's Spock doing? Has he learned the 1970s automobiles? Because he knew quite a bit about the 1950s automobiles of Chicago. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, before we begin,
Yes.
I don't want to go away from the original series with a heavy conscience. I made an error last time. I said that the actor Ian Wolfe was in. I had him in the wrong episode. He was actually in Bread and Circuses, playing the old Roman guy in the cave, and not in Patterns of Force. So there. So that's in the bag. I've spoken it. I'm clear. I'm good now.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and delete all those emails of the angry listeners who wanted to string you up. I was going to have a talk with you after the episode, but...
There was a knife in my door, holding a blood-written note saying, "You will die, Wolf."
That's right. But we are here. We have done it. We are at the very last episode of the very last season of Star Trek: The Original Series, and it's a doozy, written by Gene Roddenberry. Turnabout Intruder, where Kirk has his body taken over by a woman. It sounds horrible. This really should have been. This really should have stayed canceled. If this is what we got, like, are there any redeeming factors for? Let's just do a brief look. Let's do just a quick look. Is there anything worthwhile in season 3?
Well, the Enterprise incident. Is there in truth no beauty?
Day of the Dove.
Let this be your last battlefield.
Tholian Web. There we go.
No, Tholian Web was... Wait, Tholian Web, it was third season. I keep forgetting there.
And there is Let There Be Your Last Battlefield, the most obvious subtext ever made. But we'll go ahead and do this. So if you want to watch along with us, feel free to put us on pause and pull up... dang it. Put us on pause, pull us up Turnabout Intruder on your favorite physical media streaming service, and come back to us when you're ready. Welcome back, and we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, engage.
Make it so.
Make it so.
Fans attend.
Oh god, that's still a good line. I'm sorry. What the? I don't have any captions. Where are my captions? Options, subtitles. English. There we go. The cancerous kind.
The kind that makes you lie on your back, dumbass. If I knew what kind of radiation it was, I wouldn't have sent for you.
James. I hate you, you pig. Slap, slap.
And that is Sandra Smith, another veteran of soap operas. She was also in an episode of The Flying Nun.
Also, let's be honest here. That pillow does not look comfortable. It looks like a block of wood with a, cover on it.
Huh. I've heard of Bedside Manor, but
Yeah. Oh wait, are you still with us?
yes.
Okay, all right. I thought I lost you for a second. After that one episode, I got kind of nervous now, and I'm like, "Where are you?"
I am calling total BS on this.
Yeah, we have
You would,
Captain Janeway.
I mean, you would think this wouldn't have been an issue even in the 60s.
Well, bear in mind he tried to have his woman number one in the pilot episode,
Yeah.
but that was a note that the producers threw back and said, "Hey, get rid of her."
That could have been that traumatic.
You remember the '60s, Papa? It was traumatic.
Well, yeah. I was there. Okay.
They were hippies. Their hair were like people with long hair drew riots. What the actual? What if he didn't go over to the other side of the room? Was that the plan?
That's a good question. How long was she going to wait for him to go over to the other side of the room?
You fell into my trap. Ha ha ha! I knew you would go to this.
And I got you with the TV remote of death. And this artifact that just conveniently happened to be in the room.
Yeah, in her bedroom. Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this episode just has bad written all over it. Tell me again about Lost in Space. Was there a body swap episode in Lost in Space?
I'm pretty sure there. Well, at the end of the first season, John Robinson's body got possessed by an alien warlord.
But not in the first 6 episodes, which were the only...
No. Episodes worth watching. Well, let me expand that. There was the 2-parter episode, The Keeper, with Michael Rennie, which was also good.
Mm.
But that was also first season. What would have been neat, since this was the last episode, if while they were filming this episode, they were on a tight deadline, you actually had Paramount stage crew disassembling the sets around them, hauling off chairs.
Like they couldn't wait and they couldn't reshoot. They're like, "Fuck you! We need this set for a new season of Lost in Space." Also, okay, so let's examine this. She wants to be a captain. Yeah, I know. She wants to be a captain so bad, she's going to give up being a woman to pretend to be Kirk for the rest of her life, his life.
Yeah.
Also, she was... I mean, if she's weak, how the fuck did she manage to get up out of bed?
I think she was maybe faking her disease. It's easier, I think, to fake radiation illness.
What?
See, I'm thinking that Janice Lester was not denied a captaincy because she was a woman, but because they found out she was a psychotic nutbar.
Well, that's true.
See, that's not a healthy attitude.
No. Radiation. She was babbling about being a captain. It's crazy. She's dead.
And how having a man's body was better. And I thought, can we put it to a vote? That's Harry Landers as Dr. Coleman. He used to be a regular on the staff of the TV series Ben Casey.
What the fuck is Ben Casey?
It was one of the two premier medical shows in the 1960s.
Oh, he's playing a doctor on a show called Ben Casey, and now he's playing a doctor on Star Trek.
Yeah,
that's being typecasted there.
Yeah, hey, it's work. Oh,
oops,
look,
Kirk dropped her.
What a woman in his arms. How typical.
Why are you calling me Dr. McCoy? You should call me Bones.
Something suspicious. Up against the wall, British pig, you're going to die. We seem to be of the same body at times.
Walked out on her. God damn. Wait, he wasn't going to do everything in his power? Like if he didn't know that was his former lover, that he's like, fuck it, let her die. Starfleet Medical has a note here saying she's a psychotic bitch.
Something like that should have shown up in her medical record.
I wonder what her Esper rating is. That's a callback to episode 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. Talk about going full circle here.
Become fully conscious.
You see where he's blowing it here? See, we're sort of a little obsessed here.
Also, what about the secret codes that the captains have?
Which we never heard from again since that one episode.
No. There was
Oh, that's right. Let's see him.
Alpha B1777 destruct, whatever that was.
I mean, does him/her know the access code to Kirk's vault in his chamber?
Oh, shit. Dun, dun, dun.
And no one's thanked me for the breeze I'm causing by moving my head around and letting my ears stir the air. No, see, McCoy has a point. Uh, Starfleet law,
Yeah.
but he is the authority, the medical authority on a Federation starship.
That's right. It can also throw the captain in the brig for medical reasons too. Wait, the nurse? That's his nurse. That's his little nursey poo.
That's one of Dr. McCoy's nurse. Oh, Nurse Chapel?
Yeah.
That's not Nurse Chapel.
Shush. Just because it's not Nurse Chapel doesn't mean it means anything. This is the last episode of the last season. She probably said "fuck it." She's over there at the concierge table, or did she just dye her hair? Is that it?
That's her natural hair color right there.
Hmm.
Oh, from what I'm seeing here, the cast and crew weren't notified that this was the last episode until at the end of the shooting, pretty much.
They couldn't tell. They couldn't look at the script and be like, "Really?" My cat is actually trying to dig under the door.
He needs his podcast guild card. Oh, typically blonde, Christine Chapel appears with auburn hair in this episode. By the time of Star Trek The Motion Picture, her hair had redarkened to its natural dark brown color.
Oh. Sula's like, I put some nudie mags in this view screen. Ah.
Well, Chekhov could have just passed the coordinates over to his board.
We're expecting too much.
Yeah, I guess.
Also, Chekhov just pushed a button and it lit up. So I wonder how much of that board is kind of functional. Like when you push a button, it does something.
It wouldn't have been too hard to have some of the buttons hot, in which I mean you touch a button and something happens.
Hey, where's Uhura? Yeah, like that's not Uhura.
No, Nichelle Nichols is not present at this episode.
She shows up to work the week after. Like, where is everybody? Where's my script?
Oh, according to this, she had a singing gig at the time.
Oh.
Singing, I got the Star Trek blues. I got Star Trek blues.
We'll go ahead and inform them. Wait, why is he calling? Why is she calling him Mr. Spock, and not Lieutenant Spock, or Commander Spock, or whatever the fuck his rank is?
That's one of the things which the crew was supposed to notice. Oh, the communications officer. Did she look familiar with you? I mean, to you?
Is it the Salt Vampire?
No, it was Barbara Baldwin. We first saw her trying to get married in the first season episode, Balance of Terror.
Oh!
The
Well, I'm glad that she
recovered.
recovered, yeah. Moving up in the world. Tackled Uhura down the hallway to get her job, you know. I'm going to examine you. Turn
I
your
mean,
head and
what's
cough.
really drop your pants and think of England. Uh, what? I mean, what's going to show up?
Dun dun dun. Also, there were supposed to be medals on that fucking board.
Yes.
They're just packing shit up. There's less,
Someone asked
there's
about it
less
and
shit on
said
the wall.
someone asked about it, and the studio person was looking around. They're somewhere in a box. I'll search.
Don't bother. This is the last episode. Just don't tell the crew.
I mean, who's going to pay attention to something like that decades later?
I may have told the story before, but I remember I went to a Starfleet fan meeting or something with Mama, and we were watching episodes, and it was in one episode where Captain Kirk walks past that board with medals, and one of the people there swore they saw a Romulan Medal of Honor on the board, and we spent the next hour and a half using VCR slow motion technology to just kind of like try and go frame by frame to try and get just the right moment where we got a clear view of the medal.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Well, then who are you? Well, there's an easy way to do this. I mean, you know, we have private codes.
Yes. Or Spock can do a mind meld.
Spock can do a... God damn, that is a short skirt. But yeah, Spock can do a mind meld, yeah.
A proper end to the original series. Oh.
Da-da.
So she was able to access the captain's log. Well, she would know the codes, I guess.
It's been poisoned. Mwahaha.
It's birth control. She is, after all, in the Enterprise.
Okay, that smile's a little creepy.
I know, yeah, that whatever her talents, Sandra Smith was not apparently not known for reassuring smile. Oh, and Starfleet bed straps can be cut that easily.
Oh, that I don't know.
McCoy is the chief medical officer. If he wants to examine Kirk, he should be able to just go up with a hypo and knock him out.
Mm-hmm. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Oh, what the hell?
Well, I thought she was in the next room in the sick bay, lying
Yeah.
down on the.
But yeah, like she had no quarters.
Ooh.
Uh,
What a little sucker.
hip, 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 hip. He doesn't look out of shape. I'm beginning to think that was just bullshit.
He's suffering from the flu.
Wait, what?
In this episode, he is suffering from the flu.
No. What I mean is like he was wearing like a girdle or a corset or something like that.
Oh.
I'm thinking that was bullshit now.
Well, he wasn't actively exercised a lot.
Sounds like he was a dog. Really? Is this how emotions work?
I don't. No, I don't. I mean, considering this is the first time, and the last time actually, that we've heard of this test, I kind of wonder that.
Wait a minute. Hasn't there been a body swap episode in Star Trek before?
There was the one where the energy entities inhabited the bodies of Kirk, Spock, and
That's right.
whoever Diana Muldaur was playing
But
at the
that
time.
doesn't really count because it wasn't a swap. It was more of a hitchhiking.
Sure. And Spock should be thinking, oh,
Very well. I shall
so
activate slash fiction. What about that night 4 months ago when you had the pon far?
so any schmo on the outside can read uh
The crew reports, basically.
again. I I don't even know what our own warships are doing unless I catch some mention on the news. Seriously, the evidence, the opinion of a Vulcan
Doing a
who
mind
was
meld?
also who was also second in command of the starship. Uh-oh. Have you tried a void conf test?
Oh, that's such a cool test. I almost want to get like a replica of the 1980s Blade Runner Void Comp. Just have it kind of running in the background. Occasionally it would chirp a question, there's a turtle. Oh wait, there's a tortoise on the desert, flipped over on its back. You watch it die. He
Shoot on
escaped. What the fuck? Why are
Shoots
they?
on sight.
Dun-na! Kill Dr. Lester. Of mutiny. Why are they so doubtful of the mind meld? They've seen it like all the time.
It's too much like black magic.
Dang it.
Oh,
The mouse, I keep brushing up against it and it pulls up the tracking. Bring out the witness. Clang.
Clang.
Bring out the witness.
Clang.
Boy, the red shirts are really getting a workout this episode.
Well, they had them under contract. They got to get for such and such a time. They got to get as much out of them as they can.
Hello, my Captain Kirk, and my serial number is blah blah blah. Meh. Yes. Everyone's going to get a court martial after this for laughing at
Really.
that.
Some of the crew member, I think, are going to need therapy after this episode.
That it really is a short skirt. Holy shit. Also, imagine being the Starfleet officer that reviews court-martial records and shit like this. They're like, oh, fuck, another one from the Enterprise. What happened this time?
Kind of a plunging neckline on her costume as well.
Also, it's kind of like pulled off skew.
Well, she's sitting next to Spock.
His pond fire comes in spurts.
He's thinking, another work of art.
Also, what happened to the chair that, like, this one will, it says if you tell the truth.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, we seem to have the set staff have already carried that one off.
The truth chair. Woman? Oh. The fuck?
Now, she would not be able to serve because she's a woman? Or would she not be able to serve because she is Janice Lester, the deluded creature with the obsession of being a male starship
I
captain?
think she would be allowed to serve because she isn't the captain of the Enterprise. Chekhov is like, what the fuck is this? I thought I was supposed to be the young hip youth of the show, and I was supposed to get the swinging girl. And where's that comms officer that who's a recent widow that I need to comfort? There she is. Mutiny.
Okay, by his the way he's handling this role, he is definitely demonstrating that he is being possessed by someone else. But it's too much of a burlesque, too
Yeah.
much of a parody.
Is that what burlesque is supposed to be? A parody?
Well, burlesque in this context means over the top.
Oh, over the. Okay, all right. That makes more sense. Okay. I was like, have I been misunderstanding the point of a burlesque show all this time?
Well, in some
And going back
instances-
through my many attendances of burlesque shows, and I'm like, have I missed the point? Was I the joke? Wait a minute.
How many burlesque shows have you attended?
Well, I mean, every other week or so.
Must be a lively place where you work. It wouldn't show up on your tests.
Yeah.
Can they at least agree if the transfer didn't take place, could it at least be agreed upon that Kirk, or what they think is acting too irrationally to be allowed to maintain command of the Enterprise at that particular point?
Yeah, that would be true.
I mean, since we're heading to a medical colony anyway, have them look over the captain as well as Dr. Leck.
That's the time. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, where's the little dramatic music tag?
They packed up the musicians.
Oh. The musicians went to go play at Nichelle Nichols' singing gig.
Although to be fair, like that one guy who's really rocking the cello, that like that was a job right there. Like yeah, he could get dates with that gig. Do you watch Star Trek, baby? Do you recognize this?
And she says, "Take me now."
Ah, the glory days. death. What was General Order for? Do we know?
Going to Talos 7 star. Going to the Talos 7.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Oh, there he is. Oh, he only gave us half a sting? Oh, there he goes. Yeah! Meanwhile, James Horner is like,
Ha! I was, ever since you brought up the cello, I was waiting for you to come up with James Horner.
dun dun dun. What? No!
That might be easier to do with the flu than when he's
Wait a
totally.
minute. I thought they had to go back and use the transfer thing.
Apparently not.
Let's just pull more powers for Spock out of our ass. Why don't we? Like, let's be clear. He's doing something that's never been done before. But he seems to have gotten it almost right the first time. You would think the Vulcans would have, managed to perfect this years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe
shit.
there's some kind of cultural taboo, but go ahead.
Oh man, what if they were like, they don't die. They'll just imprint themselves on newer bodies each time.
Would have been a nice plot concept.
Now, what's so wrong about being Janice Lester? She was a cutie.
Yes, but she wasn't a male Starfleet captain.
Oh, Lord. And what does she have over him?
We'll find out later on. First off, he's totally snookered by her.
Well, I mean, not to be, crude, but I would think her hopping into a new body would be a deal breaker.
True.
What is he going to be, first honey on the Enterprise?
The captain's man. But also, earlier in the episode, Kirk and McCoy were talking, and we found out that Dr. Coleman had a checkered past, made medical mistakes, stuff like that.
Wait, given a sedative until they learn cooperation, but they're going to be executed? Why are they cooperating?
To make it easier to haul all of them to the hangar deck will be killed.
The fuck? No, but I bet there's some slash fiction with this episode here.
Got to be an improvement on the original. Well, honey, even if you had been a man, you pretty much flushed those chances down the toilet already. Well, she's a fun date.
Like I was about to say, like there have been many things that have been, murmured to me while a woman is in my arms. Kill him is not one of them. It kind of ruins the mood.
Well, yeah, and I kind of feel better about Christina for knowing that.
She's playing the long game. Courting and marrying me just to have me murder someone else. If only she learned to be happy as a woman. Is that what you're going to say?
Fortunately, they didn't finish that line. I mean, this episode has already dug a deep hole as it is.
Almost as big as the Jesus hole.
That'd be a nice title for a book.
The Jesus hole?
Yeah, I'm going to have to remember that one.
Oh, Lord. That was it. That's it. We're done.
Star Trek, the original series. We are wiser and more informed now. We have stretched our critical muscle.
Oh, my God. No.
Over that line Odin had in the comic book. We have drunk the bitter dregs of frustration, but we have also achieved the occasional goal.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm giving this C- on so many levels.
C-, yeah. Just
wow. We end this coverage of the original episode in agreement onto the.
Well, the thing is like the only thing worse is an F, and it's still better than the alternative factor or alternate factor. That is
true.
So, like that's the low point of the entire series, but it was so poorly written,
right,
and poorly directed too. Like what sort of direction was the director giving Kirk or Shatner? Just like just be emotional, just be typical woman.
Think about the whole situation is there's an upside. At least now you can sympathize with women about the menstrual cramp.
Was he even in the woman's body that long?
Apparently not. That would have made for a more interesting episode, I think.
See, there's a slash fiction where this goes on for several years, and Kirk learns to live as a woman, and settles down with a kid, and then finally is able to become Captain Kirk again. But I wonder if this is where they got the idea for what's that race where Jadzia? Yeah, that's it. Where they got that idea.
Maybe. I mean, someone must have been thinking about it when they created the race.
Right. Oh, but so that was that, and we're going to do a little announcement here for our next episode, the 100th episode. We are changing our formats. We are no longer doing live commentary. As much fun as that was, it is just sometimes difficult for our listeners to sync up. We are going to do traditional reviews. And next episode, we're going to have a nice special little treat for you. And I hope y'all all enjoy it just as much as enjoys this one. This will conclude season 1 of the Lost Podcast of Titan. So thank you. Send all of your well wishes to lostpodcastofttitan@gmail.com and join us for the journey of season 2, where after our surprise, we will be going into the animated Star Trek series, I think, correct?
Correct. And it just
Okay.
occurred to me, this has taken this just about a year to do this, all of the Star Trek episodes with occasional side.
Yes, but I don't think there were that many animated series episodes, and they're also shorter, so we should be able to get to those more quickly, maybe,
True.
possibly. But thank you all, and hope you all have a wonderful day.
Take care.